This is my Kymco People GT 300i, and I'll be showing you how to inspect and top off the coolant level. To do this job, you're going to need several tools. You're going to need a number 2 Phillips screwdriver, a shop rag in case you have a spill. I'm going to use a measuring cup just to control the flow a little better rather than pour directly from the bottle. You're going to need a funnel. And to open the access covers, you're going to need something to pry open the cover. And what I found works really well is the can opener tool on a Swiss Army knife. You're also going to need coolant, and there's a lot of choices out there, but I did some research and I found that one of the best coolants is made by Honda. If you go to a Honda bike dealer, they'll have it. And it's called Pro Honda HP Coolant. It's type 2, silicate free, and it's compatible with aluminum engines. So this was highly recommended. And Honda's a good product, so I'm going to use this to top off the cooling system. There are 2 compartments you'll need to access. The first is the radiator cap compartment. It's on the left-hand side of the leg shield, right here. That's the radiator cap compartment. The second compartment is on the right-hand side of the bike on the floorboard, right here. And this is your reserve tank filler compartment, and there's also a filler cap. Also on the right-hand side of the bike, below the floorboard, there's a viewing port, so to speak, so you can check the level of the reserve tank. It's hard to see it, but there's a mark roughly in the middle of this opening here. I know for a fact that my reserve tank is empty because I opened the compartment panel and checked it. Now I'm going to open the coolant reserve tank access cover. Number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Now we have to wait a bit while my neighbor mows his lawn with a weed eater. I can't compete with a weed eater. This is the most annoying sound. It's like 1,000 mosquitoes. And he's taken all day to butcher his lawn. But I'll get back to the video in a second. Alright, so there's a lull in the noise, so I can continue now. The reserve tank filler cap is right here. Be careful, because over time they do deteriorate, and mine's cracked. I know it already because I took it off. So be careful when you pop that off. And they're looking inside. You can see it's completely empty. Now how they missed this at the dealership, I do not know. But my reservoir is completely empty, and they should have caught that at the dealership during the inspection. I don't know the volume of the reserve tank, or what half the volume of the reserve tank is, so I'm going to pour in 100 milliliters at a time using my measuring cup. I'm also checking through this viewport to see if it's coming up to the mark. I don't see anything yet. So this is 300 milliliters. can see it coming up to the surface, to the top of the tank. Yeah, it's almost there, just a little bit more. So probably 350 milliliters to get it to the mark. Looking through this viewport at the reserve tank, it's almost impossible to tell from this angle. It's really hard to tell where the level is. It's easier to view through the top, through the filler hole. There you can see the level. About a centimeter from the bottom of the filler hole. Now I'm going to reinstall the filler cap and the access cover. To gain access to the radiator cap, you're going to have to remove the access cover. Number 2 Phillips screwdriver. And then you'll need to pry open the cover. There are a couple of tabs and they just pop free. Before removing the radiator cap, you're going to want to make sure your engine is completely cooled down. That'll prevent injury. If you have any doubts about the temperature, turn the key on and check your instrument panel. You should only have one bar next to the C. Just in case it's hot still or warm, you can wear a pair of gloves. Twist it counterclockwise. To about, what was that, 90 plus 45 degrees, and then it comes right off. And there you can see, you can't see any fluid at all, so it's definitely low and it needs to be topped off. I'm going to measure out 100 milliliters at a time, so if I do have an overflow, there's not too much of a mess. Actually, I can see it coming up right there, so it wasn't too far off. That wasn't very much at all, maybe 10 milliliters. And it's topped off. There it is, topped off. Now I'm going to reinstall the radiator cap and the access cover. There we go, job done.